London Boy and I are no longer together, so let's have a post-breakup glow up, starting with fixing these crusty, dusty dead ends, as well as the world's worst manicure to ever exist. I did contemplate doing something funky with my hair, like getting a bob or maybe even some bangs, and then I remembered that we did end very amicably, so I decided to go with my usual, which is long layers with face-framing pieces. And guys, I do not want to see London Boy slander on the internet, okay? The next thing on my agenda was fixing my Hidiotis nails. Here's a little throwback, guys. I kid you not, this nail experience was more traumatic than my actual breakup. Let this be a reminder to not be a cheater and don't cheat on your nail tech when you're overseas. I go to N20 Nail Spa in Taka and they always give me the most perfect shape. Today I went with the Hailey Bieber Cherry Blossom nails and I'm actually so obsessed. Comment down below more ways I can glow up. Okay, I love you guys so much. Bye.
Things I thought were normal growing up rich. In the spirit of Chinese New Year, the biggest anpao I've ever received was $1,000 and a gold bar. Growing up, we also got some pretty crazy gifts. For example, for my first month birthday party, I got a Louis Vuitton mini Speedy from the Murakami collection. Every year for my birthday, my grandparents would give me a Tiffany key pendant, and I honestly have no clue where they are anymore, but I did have a pretty hefty collection at one point. Obviously, I'm super blessed and I'm not complaining because I wouldn't trade my life for the world. However, it does come with some downsides. For example, my mom was super strict. She would never let me or my sister go on any like school trips when we were younger because she was scared we were gonna get kidnapped. Like just the other day, I wanted to go to KL and Bangkok for like a brand trip with my friends, and we had to talk about getting security and bodyguards. At the end, I didn't go. The thing that annoys me a little bit is that I never got to choose what I did in school because my parents literally gave us an ultimatum. It was either study finance in school or never get to manage your own money and basically lose out a big chunk of your inheritance. I actually got a lot of hate on my video the other day with Addie, which is like us looking for all of our friends because it's hard to find people that have enough cash to keep up with us. And while that was a joke, it is a little bit true because you are gonna be friends with people that have similar experiences with you. Not all my friends, but some of my friends, especially my close friends. Anyways, another thing I thought was pretty normal was casual shopping trips. Everyone hates on me for spending so much time at Van Cleef and calls it boring, but I literally grew up with a mom that would be like, girls just sit in the corner and mommy's gonna shop. Another thing was like family photo shoots. We would just all go to the store and get a new dress. So for example, one year we did a Missoni themed family photo shoot, so everybody got new Missoni outfits. We've done Dolce. Naturally, you kind of just build a really great closet over the years. One time there was a popular girl in my grade and we were like kind of friends at the time, and I felt so cool to be associated with her, and she really wanted a Chanel boy bag and she said that was like her dream bag. So to impress her, I like begged my parents to buy me a new boy bag, and then I wore it. I don't know if she ever noticed, but I hope she thought it was cool. By the way, if you know that you are the girl that I'm talking about, I love you. We still follow each other on Instagram, and I still stalk her Instagram to this day because she has impeccable taste. Okay, that is my finished makeup look. Let me know if you guys want any more of these videos. I love you guys. Bye.
What I spend in a day as a stay-at-home daughter living in Singapore. I started off the morning at Cartier with zero intention of spending any money. I promise I just wanted to restring my bracelet, which is technically free, but obviously one thing led to another, and next thing I knew, I was spending $5K on a pair of earrings. Okay, but technically I used $1,000 worth of vouchers, so I only ended up spending $4,250 at Cartier. I then went to Imperial for lunch. It's my best friend's birthday lunch, so we just did something casual between four of our close friends. We ordered shark's fin, which was so delicious. I promise it tastes a lot better than it looks. Lunch ended up being around $800. After that, I went to Rolex with the birthday girl because she needed to resize the watch that she just got as a gift, and that was complimentary. And then we went to Marmalade Pantry for some desserts and sweet treats and ended up spending around $25. I then headed home and I took my parents' car, so I'm counting transportation as free along with everything else I spent because I charge everything to my dad's credit card. I love you guys. Bye.
Things I thought were normal growing up rich. You know that saying, born with a silver spoon? Yeah, well, that was literally me because I grew up using sterling silver cutlery and I was quite young. We went to a restaurant. We were using like stainless steel as their utensils, and I was like, mommy, why does this taste funny? And my mom was like, baby, it's because we always use silver at home. So for the people that say you can't tell a difference and there's no point in spending extra, you can tell a difference. If I was ever failing in a class, the first thing my parents would say is get her a tutor. Dad really wanted me to be good at math, so there was a couple of summers we'd literally bring my math tutor on vacation with us. It was every morning of my summer holiday. I would have 2 hours of math tuition, and then my sister would have another 2 hours, and so that was like 4 hours that obviously the tutor was getting paid for. And then aside from that, my parents covered his accommodation, his food, his transportation, and everything.
and for the rest of the day he could go fishing on our estate. Like, I don't know, maybe if you're really good at maths and you're looking for a fun job, consider being a math tutor. And I really hope that nobody takes any of the stuff I've said in this video out of context and is like, oh my gosh, you're so out of touch. They're all things that I thought were normal in the past, and now I clearly know that they're not normal. That's why I'm making this video. We were all dealt different cards in life, and I'm so grateful and blessed at the cards I've been dealt, and I'm just trying to do the best I can. You know, my hair literally looks crazy. I look like my dogs. I own 2 poodles, but I haven't brushed out my curls yet, and I'm leaving later today. I love you guys so much. Bye. Things that look incredibly cheap. People that try and cosplay old money aesthetics, but actually they're just getting their outfits from Shein. Like, honey, we can tell. Another pet peeve is people buying makeup from luxury brands like Chanel or Dior Beauty and then using the free cosmetic pouch as a handbag. Don't get me wrong, if you genuinely like the way it looks, don't listen to me, you do you. But if you're doing it for the purpose of trying to look bougie, no one thinks you look bougie. I've also seen girls like repurpose the free ribbons that they get with bag purchases as like a choker necklace. And I think ribbon chokers can be so cute, but not when it says Chanel, 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 Chanel. Like, are you a dog? It might be a little bit controversial, but when people ask you to pay back things that are pennies relative to their wealth. Let me explain. I'm in university and a lot of my university friends are working part-time jobs that are paid by the hour. So obviously if we go out and they want me to pay them back, I'm more than happy to. If anything, I'm going to offer to pay for both of us. However, if you're one of those people that are like, oh my gosh, look at me, I'm so bougie, and you're like, can you pay me back $7 for coffee? I'll be like, I mean, yeah, sure, I will. I kid you not, one time a girl asked me to pay her back 57 cents. 57 cents. Like, honey, I would have been more than happy to pay for the both of us, but now that you're going to charge me 57 cents, I'm going to keep this in mind for next time. And I get that I'm very blessed to be financially stable, which is why I say counting pennies relative to like the lifestyle you're portraying. I think that girl could have afforded 57 cents. People who are also rude to staff, I feel like those people just have a chip on their shoulder and that's why they're being mean. I feel like people that overuse curse words also kind of cheapen their appearance. It just seems vulgar. Don't get me wrong, I love a good curse word when it's appropriate. Like, if I stub my toe, I will be swearing. If every other word that comes out of your mouth is a curse word and every adjective you use is a curse word, then I think you need to expand your vocabulary. You could have all the designer things in the world, but if you still have like these little details, I don't know, it just will make me be like, oh, just tell me that I look expensive. And you know what, obviously I wear nice jewelry, but I feel like if you didn't look at any of my jewelry, I still don't look cheap. Love you guys so much. Bye. What I spend in a day as a stay-at-home daughter living in Singapore. Breakfast today was free since I just had some macaroons at Van Cleef. I have a super fancy lunch today and I didn't have any jewelry to wear, so I figured I may as well just pick up something new. I unboxed my new necklace as soon as I got home before I rushed off to lunch. I'm going to count transportation as free because I took my parents' car. My grandma's family friends with the Audemars Piguet family, so they let her host her annual Christmas luncheon at their AP house here in Singapore, and as a guest, obviously lunch was free for me. My favorite dish was the gold-plated potato patties topped with caviar, and obviously I had to bring my best friend as my +1, which was such a mistake because we ended up influencing each other to both put our names down on the wait list for these watches, bringing my grand total of to date to a fat 0 because I charge everything to my dad's credit card. Bye!